Hey ladies, we're back and we are now going to be talking about social media and how to market, what you can do on there, and so you can be way more effective than you are currently. Now, social media is a great tool. Why? Because, well, for the most part, it's free to use, right? And whereas before you had to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars to get your brand, your company out on the radio, TV, magazines, newspapers, and all that stuff, you can now, for next to nothing, and in most cases, nothing, promote your business, get your product or service out there in front of thousands of people at one time. And, well, even more than that, right? So unlimited pretty much amount of people to get their eyes on what it is that you sell, what it is that you offer. And so really, who wouldn't want to use social media? And right now, this is just the day and age that we live in. If you are not on social media, you will be out of business real quick because this is just where our world is. So in the marketing training video, we did talk a little bit, just a little bit of things about social media and what you should know about it, where to find specific target of people there and whatnot. So here we're going to get in more detail of what to do on social media. And by the way, everything that I'm going to tell you is, I would say, fairly easy, but it may feel hard at first. And it feels hard because it may be something new and different and not something you're used to doing. And also because most people think if I just promote once or twice a day, that's it. Boom, gonna get customers. And that's just not how it works. Sorry to tell you. You have to be very consistent. I heard a past client make this remark, and I thought it was great. And it is so true. Being absent from social media for a day is like being absent for a week. Think about this for a second. Have you ever maybe just went on a vacation? And you're on your vacation and you're having so much fun and you haven't really been promoting anything. And when you got back, okay, maybe you were promoting like pictures of your trip, but that's about it, right? When you got back, you found that you kind of just lost your audience. Like nobody was engaging with you anymore. You weren't getting the same results as people wanting to buy from you or anything. And it was exhausting, and it kind of felt like you had to start from scratch. That's because you pretty much did. If I disappeared right now and didn't show up for like a few days, a week, whatever, I would pretty much have to build the following up again, right? Got to get that momentum going again. So it is so critical that you understand that if you're going to be promoting on social media, you need to be on there daily. You need to be providing fresh content, fun content, anything that matches with your message, and you gotta be in people's face. Now look, why do you think places like McDonald's, which we all know what it is, we all know what they sell, why do they have so many commercials? Because they need to keep reminding you so that you keep thinking about them and come get some McDonald's, right? So you need to get people to always be thinking about you. You can't just show up and say, hi, here's my travel services, here's my skincare services or whatever, and then all of a sudden, you don't post anything that has to do with travel for like a few days. People don't even really know that that's what you do. They've completely forgotten about you, and now when they thought, hey, I need to book a flight or something, they go to somebody else that they saw while they were scrolling, and you, out of sight, out of mind, don't be that entrepreneur. Do not do that. You need to make sure you're constantly in people's face and not in the infomercial type way. You do not want to be selling all day, every day on your page. It is annoying. People will stop listening to you. People will downright just stop following you, right? Okay, so here's the trick. You want to be providing content, information, educating 80% of the time, just like the PBS channel, right? Sesame Street and all that good stuff. Educating. So 80% of the time, that's what you want to do. You can use your own content that you've created. You can share something from another source that you found relates to what it is that you sell, and you just want to provide education. You could do a live, you could post some tips. There's a lot of different things that you can do, but make sure you're constantly educating your audience. You want to give them value 20% of the time you sell. So, like the channel QVC, that's always offering you beautiful jewelry and handbags and little things to clean your kitchen and all that good stuff. So, 20% PBS, 80% PBS, 20% QVC, and that's how you want to think when you are promoting on social media. That is how your page should look. And let's add in there that you want to put stuff in there that has to do with you and your lifestyle and personal things. You know, so I provide content mostly by lives, but sometimes I'll offer some tips. I will sell 20% of the time and offer a new program that's come out, or, you know, go check out my page, or here we've got an event going on, whatever. But then I also like to share, here's my family, here's my kids, here's where I ate lunch, because people are following you and you are influencing them, or at least you're hoping that you are, and you need to put it out there who you are and attract people to who you are, because those are the people that will stand behind you and want to jump on the bandwagon of whatever it is that you represent. In my case, Nice Girls Finish Last for women entrepreneurs. But in your case, what is it? You need to build that community. So do not look like an infomercial. People will stop listening and tune you out completely. Now, we did talk about this in the marketing video, but I'm going to run through them real quick again. So when it comes to where people are hanging out on social media, you do want to know where to find your target. So again, 80% of the people on Facebook are women. So if your target is women, there you go. Celebrities on Twitter, Instagram, 18 to 25-year-olds. YouTube, 18 to 34-year-olds from the U.S. LinkedIn, men 40 plus years, business professionals. And that's all that we'll actually focus on. And by the way, here's the thing. You want to make sure, you don't necessarily have to use every single platform, but what I would suggest is you should be on at least Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And look, we use hashtags on these sites, right? And if you're not, you need to be using hashtags. Very important, because this is going to be those keywords that when people are searching, they find you. Okay, so you want them, if they're searching for maybe your name, or if they're searching for Nice Girls Finish Last, or if they're searching for your health product or whatever, you want to be coming up in the search engine. You don't want to be off the face of the social media planet. You want, people are going to Google certain keywords. You want to be able to be found. People are searching you up on like Twitter, or they want to tag you because they tried your whatever product and they love it and they want to give you props. If you're not on those platforms and they can't tag you, they can't hashtag you, they can't do anything, it looks bad. And guess what? You just lost a whole other audience of people that you were going to get exposure to because you were not on there. So be on Facebook, be on Twitter, and be on Instagram. And also, make sure all of your profiles are public. Do not go and have them private. People are not going to be able to look you up. They're not going to be able to tag you if you've got everything private. Sorry. So if that's you, go and edit those now. All right. Now let's talk about hashtags real quick. So a lot of people don't necessarily know how to use them, and some people can be a little annoying with them because you could tell they don't know how to use them. The whole point is to make sure you're using certain words, taglines, all of that relate to what you sell and what your target audience would be looking up. Sometimes you see somebody put some long, weird hashtag, and I don't know if they really think anybody would look that up, but make sure you put something on there that speaks to who you represent. So, for example, I may post a hashtag like female entrepreneurs, boss lady, mompreneur, lifestyle, entrepreneurship, women in business, things like that, hustle, all of that. So you need to think about what would your target be searching or would be into, because you want to use those hashtags. Now on Instagram, you can use up to 30, okay? Always use some in your Twitter. And on Facebook, you could still add some hashtags to your Facebook. Me personally, I have it so that every time I post on Facebook, it automatically posts on Twitter. So I get it. There are some platforms you're just not going to really be active on. I understand. Maybe they're just not fun for you. Maybe whatever your reason might be. But you don't want someone who happens to come across you or meet you in person, like what you offer, go to look you up and then can't find you. Or, for example, Twitter, I really don't hang out much on there. But like I said, I do have my Facebook post to Twitter. So if you go check me out right now at Nice Girl Jen, you're going to find posts that I do every single day. It looks really bad if someone goes and looks you up and you haven't posted in months. Doesn't make your business look good, doesn't make you look good at all. So make sure you are consistent. And what I like to do for clients is I like to set up all the platforms that they may use. Make sure their message is consistent across the board. Make sure they're active on there, because I don't want you to make a bad impression when somebody does want to check out more information from you and they can't find you. So on that note, let's talk about your handle. Let's talk about your username. You need to pick a username that is something, whether it be your business name, your team name, the type of product or service that you have, something humorous, anything like that. But here, make sure you don't have any underscores, any periods, a bunch of numbers, all of that weird stuff, okay? And once you have your username figured out, make sure that all of your usernames on all of your platforms are the same. Do not expect someone to look you up on YouTube at, let's just say me, Jennifer, well, Nice Girl Jen, because that's what mine is. A Nice Girl Jen here, but then when they try to find me on a different platform, my username is Nice Girl Jen 2583. No, it has to be the same. It has to be the same, because if they have any trouble trying to look you up, they will not bother trying to look you up. They're done, moved on, don't care anymore, and that's not what you want. So if the handle that you really want is not available, figure out something else. Get creative and figure out something else, because you want it to be something easy you could just tell. People still make business cards. I don't think this is a waste of money. Nobody's going to call you. You could pass out 1 million of them and nobody's going to call you back. But if you want to connect with me and I meet you in person, I'm going to tell you to check me out at Nice Girl Jen. Or for the actual Nice Girls business, Nice Girls Chicago. That's where we're based out of. And so, I had to pick something that was easy to remember, easy to spell. And sorry, I couldn't do Nice Girls Finish last, because one platform had it used, and because one had it used, I was not going to have different names on different platforms. No way. So same thing. Now here's one thing I would suggest. Look on Twitter first. When you're figuring out your username, check out if it's available on Twitter first. Because chances are, if it's available on Twitter, it will be available on Facebook and Instagram. So check there first, and then check on the other ones before you commit to it, because if you can't get it on all of them, don't do it. So that's one thing that I wanted to make sure that I share. So another thing on social media is, and one thing that I help with private clients, I actually do the work for them, so they don't have to go through this exhausting process. But here's what you want to do. You want to make sure all those platforms that you're on, that your description matches what it is that you do, who you serve speaks to your target market, and that you edit your bio. I mean, it seems like an obvious thing, but clearly it's not. From everything that I've seen and all the people I've checked out, make sure you edit your bio, that they all say the same thing, and that you have contact information on there, right? Like, how do they get in contact with you if they like what they see you do? I have my nicegirlsfinishlast.com, and sometimes might even be a phone number, or there might be an email that they can email. However you're going to have them contact you, put it in your profile, put it in your bio. It's critical to have it on there. And anywhere you can have a link on there, because people don't want to sit there, look up that information, go into their browser, type that up. No, they just want to be able to click on your link and go get more information then and there. Don't lose people because you're having them do the work. No one wants to do the work. Think about it. Think about yourself. If you wanted to, weren't there times that you wanted more info on something, and because it wasn't easily available and you actually had to go do research, now you're just like, forget it, and you went with someone else? Definitely. All right. So let's see here. Let's talk about some social media stats. And this is just kind of to give you an idea of what's going on in the social media world, and let you know who's hanging out where. And I already went through, the 80% of women on Facebook and all that good stuff, but let's just kind of break it down. So in general, and by the way, stats change so quickly all the time. So by the time you watch this, it's probably all outdated. But we'll still give you the information. So over 80% of Americans are on a social network. After visiting a social network, 45% of users will visit another one. And if you really want to see top visited sites, you can go to alexa.com, ALEXA.com, to see the top visited sites, or to see where yours stands. Over 80% of business leaders use social media to get in front of customers and find new customers. If they do not, they are not going to be very successful. We are all in a social media world right now. And by the way, going with the website, I do want to share something. A lot of people will post a fancy website, spend thousands of dollars and all of that good stuff. Or right now you're currently sending people to your company's website that they've issued to you, that you got, like, just say, network marketing. The problem with that is it doesn't really matter how many people are visiting if they're not buying. So what can you do about it? We send people, if you want to be effective, you send them to a landing page, a squeeze page, a sales page, whatever you want to call it. I call landing page. And it gives them enough information to just spark their interest, see if it's like, hey, you're this, and that, and here's what we offer. If they're like, yeah, that's me, they opt in. This is all going part of the qualifying process. When they opt in, that means that they are willingly providing you with their name, their email, their phone number, right? Why is this important? Because it is basically them telling you, I saw what you're offering, I got a general idea, I need more information because I want what you have. Don't you want that? How many people do you think have visited your website where they could just scroll and buy and look at everything they want to? How many people do you think visited and didn't buy? And now you've lost control of them ever buying because you don't know if they visited. You can't follow up with them. You want to have the control. You need to send people to a landing page. That is what you need to do, okay? If you are promoting on social media and you do not have a landing page to be able to capture people's leads, you are doing it wrong and you are wasting your time. So social media is to do one important, critical thing, and that is create traffic. You want to create traffic. You want them to see what you're doing and go to your landing page and go to this other thing and whatever, call this up. Because you want to create traffic, to the next area where they will then take action. That is the whole point. So that is very important. And another problem too that I see, so many people will create a landing page of some type and they don't get opt-ins because the content on there, for lack of a better word, sucks. It's not anything enticing. There are people that are copywriters, right? There's people that create content for a living. This is what they do. They're professionals at it. And it's for a reason people will pay them to create the content for them, because you can't just say anything and expect people to be interested. So again, going back to the first video of marketing, there is a psychology behind it. There's a strategy behind it, right? It's all wrapped up in the general idea of sales. Sales has a strategy and psychology behind it. And if you're not doing it right, and you're not saying the right words, and you're not emphasizing certain things, and you're not having an incredible offer, and you don't have something unique that grabs their attention, you don't have a great headline, and on and on and on, they will not want to buy. They will not have interest. They will not opt into your page. So that is one critical thing that I love helping private clients do, is creating the page for them and creating that content for them that I know will get a high rate of opt-ins for them, so that when they do follow up with these leads, they're already said they're interested. So they should be able to sell them with little to no resistance. So write these down, the 5 C's to social media marketing. Create a message. We talked a lot about that. Number 2, create the traffic, okay? Number 3, capture the traffic, which is capturing their name, email, phone number into the landing page. Create a campaign, and then convert into customers, okay? If you are not converting your leads into customers, what was the point of getting the leads? I've seen time and time again that people will, I need leads. They'll get lots and lots of leads. They will not follow up with any of them, not by phone, not by email, nothing. So of course, do the leads buy? No, they don't. And then they wonder why. Because you didn't even follow through with your system and follow up with them. So it is very important to drive traffic off of social media, get their information, so now you are in control of knowing who they are and who's interested and who to follow up with, and get them to convert into customers or stop wasting your time, right? Very important. So if you guys are if you do want more information on that, you do want a landing page made, reach out to us, info@nicegirlsfinishlast.com, and we'll set up a time to talk and go over the details of that. But here we go. And by the way, I'm just going to be honest, if you don't have a way to capture leads and you are promoting on social media and you don't have a page, you're wasting your time. You're doing it all wrong. You're missing the point. Good luck to you and your business. It's just how it is. It's just how it works. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some things that you can do primarily on Facebook. We'll start on Facebook. So Facebook, we know we all love to be on there. It's very social. You know, most everyone's on there. And there's a lot of different things you can do. First of all, let me break this down to you. If you have a business or a fan page, whichever one you like to call it, I still call them fan pages. The whole point of those is so that you can create a pay-per-click ad on Facebook and post your ad. So don't get caught up in how good your business page looks and how many likes you have and all of that stuff, because not everyone's going to see the stuff you post. Most people are following like 500 pages. So the chances of them seeing your posts from your business page are very slim. You're probably going to hit like 1% of your followers. It's a waste of your time to put a lot of energy into it. What you should be doing is posting it on your timeline, okay? So I love to set up a nice looking business page for clients, but I don't want them to focus all their energy on that. I just want it to be professional and have a place for someone to give you a great review, or to look like you are a legit business and so on, and contact your business if they wanted to. But, and if they wanted to do some pay-per-click ads in the future. That's it. Don't get caught up in, I need a fancy business page because it's so important. I'm going to post all day, every day. No, 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 no. What you should be focusing on is your timeline, okay? And groups. So why are groups important? Because some people just love groups and some people absolutely hate them. Groups are important because you are now reaching a whole other set of people that you wouldn't otherwise reach. Why? Because they're not your friends. You're not connected to them. So you want to make sure that once you've figured out from our first video who your target is, what's the message, you want to spend time going onto the search engine of Facebook, and you want to make sure you are searching up groups where these people are hanging out. You're not looking for groups where it's just spam, spam, spam. You're not looking for groups that the admin doesn't let you post. What's the point of that? You're not looking for groups that are already selling something that is along the same lines of what you sell. No, you just want to find where your target's hanging out, and that's where you want to go and join. And if they don't allow you to post in that group, don't join. Now, once you are part of these Facebook groups, get active in them, okay? Maybe you just want to focus on about 5 of them. You don't need to go crazy and be like in 100. But focus on them. When you see somebody comment and you have something to say on it, like their comment, comment on there. Don't be salesy. Don't go in there trying to sell your stuff. You should even post in there too. Maybe ask a question, create a poll. Nothing that's going to say to people, hi, I sell this, I'm trying to sell to you. Don't be like that. Go back to the 80-20 rule, right? But post things in there that's going to get engagement. So one example is this. A couple years back, I had joined a Facebook group of women business owners, and I had never heard of it before, but they had, you know, like a good 5,000 people in there. And I posted just a motivational picture, a meme in there that spoke to the woman entrepreneur. And so that post got so many likes, and so many comments on how they liked it. That now, what did that do for me? Did it give me a sale from that? No. But it did get people to see and notice who I was. And by constantly posting here or offering advice here, and not in any salesy way, but just offering advice, a tip here, commenting and showing support there, now I've got eyes on me. Now I've got people checking out my profile, sending me the friend request, visiting my landing page. If they liked what they saw and they need my help, they opted in. And then that did turn to customers. So you want to be engaging in these groups. Do not just, go into these groups and do nothing, or just start posting salesy things in there. Okay? So, and what I think is important is that even in the groups, you want to be 80-20. I know some groups have certain guidelines, don't sell, whatever. But you figure that out. And I'd rather just post in there, and then they're like, oh, our rules are whatever. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to sit there and freak out about what everybody's rules are. When you're a part of so many groups, you can't remember them all anyway, right? Only post on Wednesdays. Only, yeah. So anyways, even in the groups, you want to keep that 80-20 rule going. So you could still offer something in the group. And what do I offer? Whatever I offer, I'm sending them to my landing page. Got to capture that info. I don't want them to check out a site that I'll never know if they visited, or they'll check out my stuff, didn't like the price, and leave. No. So I got to capture that lead. So 80% of the time I'm providing content and I'm sharing things with them. I'm being empowering and motivating, supportive. 20% of the time I'm offering what it is I want to offer, sending them to my landing page to capture that lead, getting new customers. If they never see me post ever, and all of a sudden, bam, here's a salesy post, do you think they're going to care? No. Although, when your marketing message is strong enough, they will still go check it out. Why? Because the headline grabbed their attention, and so did the bullet points of what you're talking about did. It enticed them to find out more, and I have gotten plenty of customers that way as well, but I still would suggest to you, be engaging. Okay? Now, I also want to talk about the importance. So that is why groups are so big, because you want to make sure that you are reaching an even larger audience than you can handle on your timeline only. Now, let's talk about your timeline. I actually had somebody tell me that they heard that they need to have at least 2,000 or 4,000 contacts on Facebook, and that's when their business will get rolling, and and all this crap that I always hear that's just all, oh, sounds wonderful, and it really doesn't do nothing for their business at all. You don't want 4,000 friends. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You don't, because you are a small business owner. You are working your business by yourself. You're a network marketer or whatever. You need to be able to narrow down on who's on your friend list and be able to know who's there, who's interested, who really fits your target, who doesn't, who engages with you, who doesn't, and get rid of the ones that don't. You need to get rid of them. Why? Because they're not going to see your posts with all of Facebook's little algorithms going on. If you are not engaging with certain people and they're not engaging with you, they're not seeing you on their news feed. You're not reaching them. So why would you want 4,000 friends? Are you going to actually engage with 4,000 people? No, you're not. So does it make you look like a fancy pants? Okay, maybe. Is it putting money in your pocket? No. Okay? So keep that in mind. Question to you. Do you want your business to look clean, professional, and make money? Or do you want it to look like you're a hot shot, but you can't at home, you can't hardly pay the bills? That's what you want to ask yourself, because so many people get caught up trying to look impressive and it's not making them any money. Don't get caught up in that. And by somebody telling you that you should have 4,000 or 5,000 friends is giving you poor advice that isn't going to do anything except for make you look like you're a big shot without the big shot paycheck. Okay? So let's think about that. Now, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your Facebook connections. You need your Facebook connections to stay, somewhat controlled. So maybe 500 or less. And you could even maybe have like 350 or less. But you are going to search out and you are going to send friend requests to people who fit your target. Check out their profile. Don't be lazy. If you're going to be lazy about your business, don't expect to accomplish much. Check out Facebook's people you may know and see if they'd really be a right connection for you. If they do not fit your target, do not send them a friend request. If you are selling to women, do not accept men's friend requests. For why? For their flattery on your pictures and whatnot? No, let's not be lame like that. Let's really think about who's on our Facebook friends list and other platforms as well, but mostly Facebook. Because when you do a live, when you provide content, when you post an offer, you need the right eyes on it. You need your target audience's eyes on it. How are you going to get more people to engage with you and to notice your posts with the algorithms and all that? By engaging with their posts, and liking won't do it. You have to make comments, okay? You see them, they see you, and the people that see you, you want them to be the right ones. You don't want to be wasting your posts, your breath on people that will never buy from you. Don't do it. I'd rather you have 200 friends and be able to sell to 50 of them and then get new ones and then sell to another 50 of them and so on and so forth. Or let's just say sell to the whole 200 than to have 4,000 friends and sell to 5. Okay? So it is so important that you focus on your friends list. And also, you want to make sure you clean it up regularly. Go through it once a month and say, okay, who are these people? If you don't recognize their profile picture or their name, chances are you're not seeing each other, and maybe you should either reach out to them, take a look at their profile again. Do they seem like somebody that might be a customer for you in the future? If not, delete them. If so, start engaging. When you do connect with someone, you have to make some kind of small talk, okay? Don't go in there and tell them that they look like a sharp person, they'd be great for your opportunity. Wrong. But you should message them and say, hey, what do you do? And get to know them a little bit, just like you would a regular person on the street, right? You wouldn't just see a new neighbor and say, oh, hey, you live at that house? Oh, cool. Oh, by the way, I have this new mascara. You should definitely check it out. And you look like the right person. You look like you could use it. You wouldn't do that. You would get to know who they are and what their family's like, and just make small talk and become familiar, because now they're going to want to check out who you are. They're going to stalk your profile. They're going to watch your lives. They're going to want to say hello. They're going to hear your message. And when they feel like they kind of know who you are now, they will want your help. They will think of you, as long as you're not disappearing off social media like we talked about before. They are going to think of you when they need to buy XYZ, and they're going to come to you. Okay? And like I said, even in the Facebook groups, you can attract complete strangers to you if you've got a great headline, a great offer going on with your marketing. But it is a social network, and you do need to be social. You can't just post things all day and hope that people just think you're amazing and blah, blah, blah. You need to build your community. You need to get engagement from people, okay? So clean up your friends list often, and don't get tied up in the I need 5,000 friends. And don't be friends with the wrong people. Now, some people ask, well, I'm not really selling to my family and friends, but maybe I should have a separate page for them. Don't bother. You will never be on your personal page ever, because you're an entrepreneur and you want to sell your product. You want to sell your service. Don't waste your time. On my friends list, I have just a little handful of family members. And truth be told, 80% of them friend requested me. I tried not to be friends with anybody except for like 3, but nothing personal, because I love my family so much. But I know what I post all day, and they don't fit that target. It's not something of interest to them. What they do like is when I post a personal picture of my kids or something. They do like that, but they're not my customer, right? So don't waste your time with people that are not your customers. Yeah, just don't do it. All right, what else can I share with you about social media? Well, we can go into Instagram. So Instagram, again, you can use up to 30 hashtags when it comes to Instagram. What are you going to post on Instagram? Here's what's so beautiful about it. You can set up your IGTV, which means now you can spend time recording a video that's up to 10 minutes and post it to your TV, what do you call it? I was going to say account, but TV broadcasting channel, your TV IG channel. I can't even talk. TV IG channel. So instead of just going and creating, like in the story mode at the top, where you can create a short little video, now you can post something up to 10 minutes, but it does need to be vertical. Can't do a landscape on your phone, so it needs to be a vertical video, and it can't be past the 10 minutes. And it's really cool because it'll give people a chance that are even not following you to see you. Now that we've got story mode on IG, and you can also go live, take advantage of them. And when you do post, use hashtags. Mark locations that you're at, because all of that is going to help people outside of your followers to find you and to see you. And you'll know, for example, if I post something right now and then I will hashtag women entrepreneurs or network marketers or whatever, right? It will show me when I go back and look, it'll show me that these of my followers saw my story and 50 people from the hashtag search women entrepreneurs, or 100 people, whatever, saw. So now I just got exposure from that 50 to 100 people that don't actually follow my Instagram account. That is good stuff, because it'll actually bring you more followers if they liked what you had to say, and now get more people to check you out. So take advantage of that, because it's one thing to post nice pictures for your Instagram account, but the story mode gives you a chance to show really how your personality is by doing a short little video clip or whatnot. Just like Snapchat. I know you guys are familiar with Snapchat. If you're not, you can get on Snapchat. I will not talk about it here. I do love that you can make a little cartoon Bitmoji of yourself. I do like that you can post to Snapchat's stories so that, again, other people beyond your followers will see it. I do love all of those things, but I won't go into Snapchat as far as marketing goes. But if you do want to talk more about it, let me know. But for Instagram, make sure you're posting pictures that show your team's culture, what you do, who you are, and use those hashtags. When somebody comments, like them, comment back. One thing that people love is to get engagement back from the people they're following. This, again, helps build a community and helps build, I don't want to say the word bond, but it does help build some kind of relationship going on where they want to keep up to date with what you're doing, right? And if there's no engagement, if they post like a compliment on there or ask you a question and you never go back and comment back on any of them or answer the question, they're going to stop having interest in you. So make sure that you are engaging. You can also send in messages, private messages through Instagram. Make sure, again, like I mentioned before, that you have a website and contact information in your bio. And with your picture itself, have a picture that is like chest up, shoulders up. They want to see who you are. They want to see your face. That'll be something that's most attractive to them. And so make sure you guys, again, be consistent across all boards when it comes to your social media platforms. Never miss an opportunity. Also, the cool thing about Instagram is if you're looking at your actual account, at the top right, you're going to see some little lines. You can click on that and you can view insights. It'll tell you your most popular posts, what day of the week it was, what times, so you know when's the best time for you to post. It also lets you know the demographics of your followers, how many men and women you have, where do they live, what cities are they from, so you get a great idea of what your message is attracting and who your followers are. You can connect it to your Facebook to be able to get those insights, and then really use it to examine and help you figure out maybe what more or less you should be doing to get the right response from the right people and who's actually following your account. Now, here's another thing I would say. I can get new followers every single day by, again, adding hashtags, because now when people are doing searches, they're coming across my post. If they liked it, they like it, and they follow. I do not suggest the little game that people tell you to play on Instagram, which is like follow 5,000 people, because then, you'll start to get followers. I don't want to follow people and get a follow back, and when I unfollow them, they don't follow me anymore. If you ever notice that you'll get like 5 followers that day, and then tomorrow you've lost 3 of them, because they didn't care about what you post. Or maybe you did post something they didn't like, and they're like, oh, unfollow, because that can happen very easily on social media. Chances are, though, what happened is they just followed you because they came across your picture and your profile, and they were hoping you'd follow them back. They're just trying to gain more followers. No, sorry, not going to happen. Who's following who? So I would say if you really actually want to look impressive, you should be following a whole lot less people than are following you. How are you going to get more followers? Use the hashtags. And because Instagram, when you do a picture, you can write something and then put hashtags, but it does not allow you to actually put a website link. So make sure you put in caps, click link in bio. You want them to go from the picture they found of you, maybe through their explore page or whatnot. You want them to go check out your bio, which is your IG account, because then they're going to scroll and see everything. And then they're going to click on your bio, the link in your bio, and they're going to go to where? We're creating traffic, right? Going to the landing page or wherever that you're sending them. So again, if you need help with this landing page thing, reach out to me, because you are going to be wasting efforts online just completely wasting your time if you don't have a place to send all of the traffic that you are getting from social media. All right, here we go. Let's see what else we got. So we've got, now we've got Twitter. Again, make sure your profile looks the same as the rest of them, right? And use your hashtags. This is just like micro blogging. You're just posting things throughout the day. You can tag other larger accounts that have bigger followers that relate to something in your industry, and now get the attention of their followers onto yours. You could do a lot of shout outs. Anytime that I visit a restaurant, a store, anything that I'm happy with, I love to tag that place, because not only will they see it, which isn't really what I truly care about, but I want their followers to see it, and I want them to find me, okay? And again, you can always link your Facebook to Twitter, so when you post on Facebook, it goes to Twitter. You can also do the same thing for Instagram and have your pictures go posted over on Facebook. You can also do the same, okay? So make sure you follow your blueprints. Check off what you need to do for social media. Be consistent, all right? Post at least twice a day. I'm going to say more like 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. But if you want to go hardcore and post all the time, go ahead. Just make sure, again, it's not sales, 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 sales. Nobody wants to see or hear it, right? Now, another thing you could do, if you do have a Facebook group, you can create your own group. But what you really want to make sure you do in that group is get engagement, provide content, and get engagement. Do polls, ask questions, ask them to drop an emoji or a comment if they see this and answer this. Get engagement. So when you do go to sell, you've got an active group of people listening and following you. You can even provide exclusive information or training or whatever info in that group that they can't get anywhere else if they're not in your group, and just invite people to your group. After you've made a connection on Facebook and you've talked a little bit back and forth about whatever, tell them, hey, would you be interested in, I have this group, I don't know if you're already in it, but if not, you could check it out. And they will accept the invite. And if they don't, good. You don't need to waste your time with that person. You may even consider unfriending them. Who knows? You'll at least help qualify. But the important thing is to make sure that you're staying consistent. You're always looking for engagement. You're sticking with the 80-20 rule, and you're not just falling off and disappearing on social media. And make sure that you're always posting things that relate to who you are, what your brand is, what your message is, who you're looking to help, and that you have the right people on your connections that should be seeing it. Do not waste your efforts on people posting things, wonderful things all the time online to the people that would never buy. Just don't do it. You're wasting your time and effort. So again, clean up those connections. If you guys need more help on social media, if you actually want me to sit there and walk you through it, I do that with my private clients. So again, email us and let us know that you want to talk further about this. We also do help manage your social media so that you don't have to go and do that for, yourself. So we will actually post things for you, get engagement for you, and so on, and even help with click ads if needed. So if that's something you want information on, make sure to reach out to us. So this will conclude our social media training. Thank you for watching. Make sure to refer to your blueprints and implement everything on there. Ask questions. If you actually signed up for the VIP and you get a private one-on-one call with me after this training program, make sure you jot down any questions that you have so that we can cover them and lead you in the right direction. If you did not get the VIP and you're interested to know more, again, send us an email and we will give you the details on that. So thanks for watching. Make sure to implement, because that is key. That will be the only way to see change into your business, and I'll talk to you soon.